Morning folks, I'm Nick from the Penwith Landscape Partnership, and what I'm up to today, I'm on my morning walk. I'm walking up Sancreed Beacon, which I'm lucky enough to live right next to. What I thought we'd do is, at this time of year, it's just beautiful out here. There's always something to look at every time of year, but at this time of year everything's bursting into life. The birds are singing, the flowers are starting to come out, and what I thought we'd look at today is look at some of the trees, because trees are just starting to come into leaf, and at this time of year they look beautiful and fresh and green. So what we're doing is we're heading over to a little area on the beacon called Tony's Wood, a little patch of woodland at the base of the heathland. So we'll go in and have a look and see what we can find. Right, so this first tree that I'm showing you, this is, well, I'm sure you can tell me what this is. What's that? This is holly, and holly is normally found as an understory tree in woodland, and here, as you can see as we look around, we're in the middle of heathland. So what this tells me, I think, is that once this area would have been wooded, because holly survives underneath the canopy of much taller trees. It's evergreen, so that it can keep photosynthesizing when the other trees don't have their leaves on. So this is evidence of, I think, of woodland being here. Right, we're going to head down this direction, down to Tony's Wood, see what we can find in there. So we're now at the edge of Tony's Wood, and if I show you this one that's coming into leaf, anybody recognise this one? This is called elder, and this is going to have lovely flowers for elderflower cordial, and then berries, elderberries. There's also a bit of folklore associated with this one, which is that you shouldn't cut it down or the witches will come and get you. I don't know where that one comes from. Right, let's head into the woods. Now, the trees you can see behind me, these are some of the most common trees in this part of the world. In Penwith we haven't got much woodland cover, very low percentage, 5%, something like that, and one of the most common of that small, oh I think there's a chiff-chaff up there, we can hear it sing. Little tiny bird just up there in the willow. Anyway, so this tree, these trees here are called grey willow, and I think it's quite a good description actually, because in the winter, if you're looking from a distance over an area of woodland, they stand out by being a very dull grey kind of colour. The leaves aren't grey, the leaves are green, but yeah, the Latin name for this one is Erica, no it's not, it's Salix cinerea, which means the grey willow. And interestingly, I don't know whether you can see the catkins. It hasn't got leaves yet, but it's got its catkins, which are its flowers. And so this one has got the green kind of upright catkins, which makes it a female, whereas this one over here has the much greyer, fluffier, and then when the flowers open, yellow flowers, which means it's a male. So the males and females are on different trees. Now this one here has started to get its first leaves out. So what is distinctive about grey willow is that the leaves aren't what you think of as a willow shape. They're not long and thin, they're much more kind of oval, rounded shape. So that's our third tree of the day, that's grey willow. So we're going into the woods proper now, and I just thought I'd pause at this one and show you this lovely tree. This is an oak, And what I find fascinating, the leaves are only just coming out. What I love at this time of year is the colour of the oak leaves. I don't know quite how to describe them. They've got a kind of reddy, golden quality to them at this time of the year when they first open. So yeah, really beautiful to see. So this is an oak, and then over on the other side of the track here, we've got this tree just starting to come into leaf, and these leaves are big and oval when they're right out. And what's interesting about this tree is it's got cones. Now cones you only normally find on conifers, on evergreen trees, and this isn't an evergreen. These actually aren't real cones. What they are is they look like cones, but they're seeds that are designed to float. And this tree is an alder, and normally they grow along the side of water, and so these little seeds will drop into a stream and then will float downstream and help to disperse the tree. Don't know how it gets back upstream again, mind you. Right, on we go. Going through a very lovely low patch of grey willow here, and I think I'll come back up and film again when the leaves are out, because it's still quite there's quite a lot of light coming in through the canopy, but what you can see all around is the bluebells coming up, and that won't be long before that is looking really beautiful. Right, here we go. Here's another tree that I wanted to show you. So this one here, this lovely soft green leaf with the palmate leaves, is known as hawthorn, and for generations kids have eaten these leaves and call them bread and cheese. At this time of year they're lovely and soft. You can put them in salad. Right, this little one, I think this might be the last one we see today, but this tree, it's only a little sapling at the moment, is going to become a very big tree unless its shade is in the shade of this Monterey pine here. But I think this one will survive. This one is a very fast growing one, very common in this part of the world, and not a native. It was brought in about 400 years ago, so I suppose you'd say it's naturalised. It's here now, and actually in this part of the world where we haven't got a huge amount of trees, it's quite an important tree. This is called sycamore, and it's one of the maple trees. It's got that hand-shaped, palmate-shaped leaf. Okay, I think that will do for our little guided tour. I think when the leaves are fully out, I'll come back and make another little bit of film, but I think that'll do us for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again.